I should have killed a bird today, but I couldn't do it.
It's day 6 on the Drakensberg Grand Traverse on the border of South Africa and Lesotho, and we are at Mafadi, which is South Africa's highest peak.
Yesterday night in the cave where we camped, we saw a young fledgling, I think a juvenile yellow canary, hanging from the wall. How cute, we all exclaimed. Cam christened him Batbird. But in the morning we realized that Batbird was still in the same position and that something might be wrong. His foot was caught in a loop on some kind of string in the nest. It didn't look or feel like plant matter. His parents must have already abandoned him because when I tried to return him to his hole in the rocks, he did not poop into my hands. He had nothing in him. Instead, he fell to the floor, wings furiously flapping, one leg permanently extended. I caught a glimpse of an exposed, featherless, scaly part of his wing, the result of what I imagined was days of desperate beating against the rock.
We're gonna have a nice view. It's gonna be nice and quiet. Alright? You had a good life. You got to see a great many things from the cave. Okay?
We were certain he was going to die, but for now his little body was still warm in my cupped hands, warm and pulsing. We discussed how to put it out of its misery. A rock to the head, step on its skull. Life is cruel, sweet thing.
No stress. Yeah. Yeah, good. Good. And now you can see the view. Okay, good night. Good night.
Eventually, we brought him outside so he could have a view as he passed. By that point, he had given up trying to fight me. We are lucky as humans to have the ability to feel pity for the vulnerable. We are lucky to look into little Batbird's eyes as he bravely faces the onset of his inevitable demise and recognize in him our own essential truth, our own eventual path. It is a gift to be able to feel. Years ago, about a week after I finished the PCT, I had to put my dog down. He had been walking slowly for some time, but we thought it was age, not cancer. In his final hours, he stayed on the couch and I slept on the floor next to him, listening to him whimper and cry until I couldn't bear it any longer and called a vet to the house. Even now, I wonder if I was too late to be merciful. Somehow it ended up that I was the only one home and I had to make the final call. I had to be the one holding his paws and looking into his eyes as the vet administered the shot that drained the life out of his body. For a week after, I left a vase of flowers on the couch where he passed and sat next to it for hours. I took his collar for walks to hear the familiar jingle. What a privilege to love and have been loved by such a deserving being. This is what I thought about and what I wrote as we climbed Mafadi, South Africa's highest peak, shortly after leaving the cave. We were all very quiet at the summit. I read the draft I'd written about the bird and my dog to the group. On our way down, we discussed storytelling in the context of what we're doing, and I gave an impromptu storytelling workshop to Tim and Dan, who are now encouraging me to launch it as either or both an online course and an in-person retreat. We as humans need stories to make meaning, whether that be in a 90-second reel about a hike, or a 2-minute pitch about a business, or a 600-word essay. And we each have stories inside of us that sometimes need sculpting in order to bring into sharp relief.
This is our guide.
My name is Kefas Mtabela.
Yes.
I'm a tour guide who started working as a tour guide since from 2002. In 2015, I decided to register my own company.
You're 52. And you've been guiding here since 2002. And how did you get into guiding?
When I finished matric in 1996, I went to Johannesburg trying to get some jobs. I visited many places in Joburg trying to get jobs, but couldn't get any. Because I used to think of my parents who were working very hard for me and my sister, because I used to think that now it's my chance to work for my parents. But I couldn't find any job. The whole of 1997 until 1998, I decided to join people who were selling marijuana.
Which at the time was still illegal.
Yes, on that time, marijuana in South Africa was illegal, but now it's legal. I used to go to different passes to meet Basutus to buy marijuana from them. That is why I know Drakensberg like back of my hand. But I had a dream that I used to see myself driving a big car, carrying a lot of people, but I didn't know what kind of people. I used to say, marijuana, maybe if it's going to help me to get a driver's license, I'm going to get maybe that fancy car and work. But it didn't happen because I ended up in jail. I used to buy marijuana at the Mnweni area, to the taxis, straight to Johannesburg to sell it there. But with the aim of getting a driver's license. But I used to also tell myself that maybe sometimes I'm knocking the jail. Maybe they will open will say, come, you are arrested now. I carry on doing that thing, but there's a day which I've never forget in my life. It was on the 11th of March, the year 2000, when I was arrested in Ladysmith. The police caught me there with my big bag of marijuana. I stayed in jail for 6 months. After, when I came out from jail at Mweni area, which is my place, they were talking like building a Mweni cultural and hiking center and training local guides. I joined those people. And Nick Shaw was our teacher. He trained us very, very well. And he teach me how to see the map. Now you can take me everywhere. If you're gonna give me the map, I'll be number one. That is how I became a tour guide.
Yeah. And now you employ 20 people.
Yes, now there are more than 20 people who work for my company. Some, they work as the porters, they carry luggages for my clients. Some, they work as the guides.
And this is why you can speak Sesotho so well.
Yeah, that is why I can speak Sesotho, because I used to meet Basutus trying to buy marijuana from them.
And so it feels like everything that you did in your life has sort of led you to now, in a way, right? Because, you know, maybe selling marijuana wasn't the ideal route, but it did get you to where you are now.
Yeah, I think selling marijuana, it was not a good thing, but it's something which helped me. Because if I didn't sell marijuana, maybe I was not going to be a tour guide.
Yeah. So you achieved your dream.
I think my dream have achieved.
Yeah.
For now, I have no driver's license, but I can see that in my dream, maybe those people which I was carrying them with my big fancy car, it was my clients who used to come from different places. Like now I'm hiking with my Canadians.
So your dream has evolved.
Yes.
And who do you guide now these days? What kind of people?
I used to guide people from overseas and at the most from South Africans.
Tim found him because somebody that he knew said that this is the guy to get. You can navigate the Drakensberg in the famous Drakensberg mist. So thank you, Caiaphas.
Yes, even if it's a thick mist, but I can know the way.
Yes.
I can show my clients.
That's right. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Around 3 p.m. in the afternoon, Dan realized his DJI Osmo camera was missing. From videos I'd taken, it seemed he had had it within the last 45 minutes of hiking. The problem, of course, was that we weren't following a trail, so any backtracking wouldn't be all that accurate. Tim and Jonna joined Dan in retracing our GPX track back about 2 valleys before they returned over an hour later, thirsty and empty-handed. Luckily, we're doing fine on our planned mileage, so we could afford to spend the next 3 hours scouring the slopes. Once they returned, Cam, Caiaphas, and I joined the search as well, poking every tuft of grass downhill of the GPX track. The priority really was the lost 6 days of footage and memories. Cam, Dan, and Jonna went up for another round of focused searching, while Tim and I moved all the packs to a nearby flat spot for camp. Caiaphas, Tim, and I set up all the tents for the searchers returning at dark. There's nothing like rummaging around someone else's pack. It feels like going through the contents of their house.
What a day.
Now the plan is that we are going to camp here in this valley and try to look again tomorrow. It's really within like the last 40-ish minutes of walking, which should be less than 2 miles that we are looking. But it is a small black item in a field of very dense grass with no marked trails. But I think we're going to do fine on mileage-wise, getting to the end still. So we have the ability to spare that kind of time. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm trying to enjoy just sitting in this beautiful valley. It's really gorgeous. And I'm just sitting here taking it all in.
We never found the camera. I don't know if anyone ever will. I think what was more important was the camaraderie of helping a friend through an unfortunate situation.
No good news.
Perhaps we could do little more for Batbird this morning, and perhaps we will never get that footage back, but we showed up for each other, and that's most important. Overnight, we were treated to the most incredible stars. I haven't spent a lot of time stargazing in the Southern Hemisphere, and navigating by the Southern Cross is completely new to me. It's good to travel and get out of your own default settings. See you tomorrow.